Afternoon, everybody. This is a video for Midwest Mark. Wanted to know how much it costs to start a rabbitry. Midwest Mark, there's a bunch of ways to do a rabbitry. Slightly redneck, he's got a great rabbitry. Food for thought, he's got a great rabbitry. Everybody does something different. The way I did mine was I took 2x4s and plywood, and I made it's 8 feet across, it's 31 inches, each one is 31 to 32 inches by 24 by 24. One set of 3 cages cost can't remember, all 2 was just over $200. That's feeder, wire, water bottles, hinges, and my lid does this. I like it. If I could go back, I would actually put in doors and make the legs taller, which is fine. Or you can do solid cages, which I'll show you here in a minute. The best way, depending on how many people you have in your family and who's going to eat the rabbits, you could either go with 1 buck, 1 doe, or you could do a trio, which is 1 buck, 2 does, or you can get 2 bucks and 2 does, which when I went to buy my rabbits, I bought a trio, 1 buck, 2 does, and the guy ended up giving me, it was real nice, he ended up giving me an extra buck and an extra doe for free. Since I had to drive so far to get them, the reason you'd want the extra buck is in case something happens to your buck, you have a buck backup. Depending on how easy it is to get meat rabbits in your area. For mine, I had to drive over an hour to get them. This one's actually my pet rabbit. I had her a while back, and she should be, her due date's actually today. I got to clean up the cages and fill up water bottles. Anyway, so that's that. Doing it this way is about $200. And if I come over here, these cages are by Dumore. I got them from Tractor Supply. They're 30 inch by 30 inches. They have the door here. In my area, they cost $32 with tax, so it's not too bad. For a beginner, it would be cheaper to, depending on how many, to starting out, it'd be cheaper to buy these. Because when you start talking about buying rolls of wire to build your cages, that gets expensive because some of the wire is really expensive. Of course, feeder, both feeders, and I actually had these water bottles, but I had the I bought the kits for like $2, which is the spring here, the wire spring here, the nipple, and then it had a metal piece, but the metal piece is for the bottle to fit on the inside of the cage, not the outside of the cage. So that's $3.60. You're looking at $75 for the cages, the 2 feeders, and the water bottles, and then conduit pipes. Any home improvement store sells them. I got mine from Lowe's. Drilled a hole here, and ran wire to it to secure it to the poles, and then you take a tarp and put over it. The biggest thing with the rabbitry is keeping the wind off of them, keeping the rain off of them. And you can see I got 2 there, 2 here, 1 more here. Those are the babies from the last video. Their eyes are open. And then I've got 3 more here. So really, depending on what size rabbitry you want to start with. I had all these rabbits within a couple of weeks, so I spent well over $200 for just this here is $200. So I probably got $500 or $600 total in my rabbitry. But starting out, it depends on how much your rabbits are, how many rabbits you get, what size cages you get, whether you get pre-made cages or you buy wire and make your own cages. Then you have to add into the cost of the pliers and the J-clips, or the pliers and the C-clamp, hog nose, the hog clips, depending on how you want to put it together. So it just depends. Fair price after everything is done, you're probably looking at, for $1 and one doe, you're probably looking at $100. It's not too bad. My advice: get rabbits that are already breeding age. You're going to spend a little bit more on your rabbits, but you don't have to wait until they're 6 months old and then breed them, because that's what I did. They're cheaper. They're like $10 cheaper that way. But the amount of food I've had to feed them, that adds into the cost as well. So, yep. Anyway, I hope I answered all your questions. If you have any further questions, feel free, leave the comment in the comment section. Try to help you the best way I can. So stay tuned. I'll have some more videos. Oh, and also grow out cage. You want a grow out cage bigger. I mean, you can do 30 by 30 cages, but you want to add in the cost for a grow out cage. And the one I got over there is a 60-inch by 40-inch. It's $60, and the company that made that one is also the company, that made that one. So yeah, you can go online and check their that company out for cages if you want to order them from there. Anyway, y'all have a safe day.